Project 2025.
Project 2025.
Project 2025.
It's hard to believe how extreme the Project 2025 agenda is, and what they would do with regard to education is a perfect example.
They want to privatize public education, they want to allow discrimination, and it's just not the world that we live in and not what our students deserve.
What does it say underneath in the fine print? Get rid of all the things that we use and that we've done since Lyndon B. Johnson to level the playing field.
Families do whatever they need to do to give their kids the best opportunity at success. And Project 2025 just makes it even more difficult.
At the core of Project 2025's education policy is to eliminate the Department of Education.
And one other thing I'll be doing very early in the administration is closing up the Department of Education in Washington, D.C.
That would eliminate Title I, which is a source of hundreds of millions of dollars of funding for low-income and underserved communities to get better education, which of course is the pathway to the American dream.
Schools are creating that ladder of opportunity that kids climb up. This is what Project 2025 would do. Get rid of the ladder. Not even get rid of the rungs, but just pull the ladder out from under you.
And that's something that I think in the end, it doesn't leave our children prepared for the jobs of the 21st century. It actually makes them worse off and then makes our country less competitive in the global marketplace.
It would also eliminate Head Start.
We know that children who don't have any access to preschool start kindergarten 2 years behind their peers.
Head Start was the first early intervention program we ever had in America that wasn't paid for, through private funds.
When young children get a good start in life, that puts them on a better path to success in the K-12 system and beyond.
In my state of North Carolina has been extraordinarily important to help children from poor communities get the education, the Head Start they need to be prepared.
Head Start takes care of children but also involves families.
And help parents remain in the workplace. So it boosts our economy significantly.
So people are going to have to rely on paying for childcare more. It's already too expensive. An average family is paying 26% of their income towards childcare.
If you're wealthy, you send your kids to a pre-K program, to an early childhood center. That's fantastic. But what if you're not wealthy? And what if you have to work?
These are critical programs that help lift Americans up, give them access to the American dream, and Project 2025 wants to take them away.
The administration also imposed new regulations, including some that provide more forgiveness for student debt. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos has announced some major rollbacks on that front.
The Department of Education oversees so much of the student loan process, including the federal Pell Grant process.
There's so many programs that go through the Department of Education that could be completely eliminated.
Their goal is to help the wealthiest in this country while telling the average American worker and family, you're on your own. You want to put your kid through college? We're not going to help you.
You would eliminate all the protections that borrowers have from the Department of Education. It would create a Wild West scenario for student loans that ultimately would hurt students and borrowers and help those who give out the loans.
The U.S. Department of Education's Office for Civil Rights is now investigating how the school handles anti-Semitic and Islamophobic allegations.
The Office of Civil Rights in the Department of Education is the sole federal agency right now charged with investigating and remedying discrimination on campuses that receive federal funding.
Whether it's anti-Semitic acts, whether it's acts against LGBTQ students, or racism, whatever the discrimination is, it's the Office of Civil Rights that investigates those claims and holds schools accountable, K through 12 as well as colleges.
By eliminating the Office of Civil Rights in the Department of Education and moving all discrimination investigations to the Department of Justice, you essentially make litigation the only means to enforce discrimination under Title VI of the federal civil rights laws or Title IX against gender and sexual discrimination.
It says all the balls and strikes that the umpires call at the Department of Education, the Office of Civil Rights, get rid of that too.
In the current Congress, the Republicans have already cut $10 million out of the Office of Civil Rights budget at a time when anti-Semitism is on the rise and we need more staff, not less staff.
Under Project 2025, we will go back to either not enforcing or having really inappropriate enforcement of Title IX so that students would not be protected from discrimination. That is a serious concern.
It would severely hamper the U.S. government's efforts to make sure that all students of all races, all genders, all backgrounds can feel safe and secure on campus.
I think it really does go to this Project 2025 effort to take this country way back to a prior time where there was less equality, less opportunity, where the family into which you were born was a stronger determinant about what your future would be.
We really need public education. Public education is essential for our democracy, and it's an essential piece of the social contract in America to help all our kids thrive.